What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Career Mode with Wolves here on FC26. This is episode number 3 of season 2, and we are at deadline day. Now, we've had a couple of big episodes already. A big transfer special where, hey, look, we said it was going to be a rebuild, and that it was. We brought in, I think we brought in about 10 players. Not all starters, some squad players, but our latest additions, Mate, we brought in on loan from Rennes just because I felt like we needed a backup striker in the club with Larson gone, Huang gone. Just wanted to make sure we had a backup striker in the ranks for Tolu. We also brought in Marcus Bettinelli in the last episode because Sam Johnston went to Burnley, so felt like we needed a third choice goalkeeper for continuity. I think with a realistic career mode, realistically he's not going to play, but I think you always need 3 keepers in your squad. So we brought in Bettinelli from the free agency market, and we also brought in Abdul Fatawu from Leicester, promoted Leicester now in the Premier League. Obviously not going so well in real life. They came up, but we brought in their star winger because Roma came in for John Arias. Probably our best, maybe one of our best players last season. Got the most assists in the Premier League. Got a goal and assist against Man United in the last episode. But the bigger team came in for him, so we had to accept it. He has gone to Italy. Abdul Fatawu came in as our last sort of big money signing. Now, it is transfer deadline day. We are going to kick off the episode with completing deadline day, but I don't think we're going to be spending any more money. We've got just under £20 million, but I'm quite happy with where the team is now. We might have a couple of loan players going out, but I don't think there's going to be any more incomings. So as we go through the final hours of transfer deadline day, make sure to like this video if you're enjoying this series. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you help us out with that. As Pedro Lima, our third choice right back now with Dallo and Chichoa, he is going to Fulham of the Championship for a season. Hopefully he can get some good experience. And Wes Walters, our Youth Academy graduate, he's also going to the English Second Division. He'll be heading to Hull and hopefully getting some good experience there. Okay, so actually really quiet transfer deadline day. For us, no real bids coming in. And as we said, we weren't going to bring anyone else in. But a lot of big business going on this summer, and a lot of it involving Arsenal. They brought in Nuno Mendes for £120 million. But then they sold their 2 star strikers. Saliba went to Munich. Gabriel went to Real Madrid. Upamecano left Munich to go to Atletico Madrid. Bayana left Atletico Madrid to go to PSG. Phil Foden also went to Atletico Madrid from Man City. Carnesecchi went to Arsenal from Atalanta. Kerkez went to Juve. Vlahovic left Juve for Galatasaray. Maignan went to City. Cucurella went to Leverkusen. Nusa went to Inter Milan. Samu went to PSV, Saul off to Aston Villa, Dovbyk to Newcastle. I think he's started on fire as well. I'm pretty sure he's the top scorer in the league after 3 games. Porro to Leverkusen, Lewis Hall went to Real Madrid, interesting one there. Lopez to Wolfsburg, Dumfries to Tottenham, Botman to Liverpool, Ben White to Leipzig. Lots of big deals going on here. So that does it for transfer deadline day. No more business now until the January transfer window. And as for today, well, you're going to see us play Crystal Palace, West Ham and Liverpool in the league, as well as hosting QPR in the next round of the EFL Cup. And we've had an okay start in the league, I would say. 2 draws from 3 games. Yet to win in the league, but 3 really positive performances, if I'm being honest. Brighton away, we lost 2-1, but Carl Rushworth made 3 unbelievable saves that easily could have been a different story. And then drew at home to Man United, drew away at Nottingham Forest, came from behind in all 3 games as well. So really good, positive performances, but now we want to see the points. And we're kicking off today's episode with a game against Crystal Palace, who are just 1 point from 3 games played. So this is a great chance for us to get our first victory in the league on the board. Interestingly, Emmanuel Agbadou, one of the players we sold in the summer, Chelsea came in for our star centre-back. Apparently he's struggling in the capital in these early stages of the season. You hate to see it. Now, before we go into our first game of the episode, it is that time of the month where we get our scouting report, so let's see what England have to offer. Okay, nothing too amazing just yet. We're going to continue to scout these 5 lads, but I'm not blown away. In Ireland, we're looking for the next Robbie Keane, Kevin Doyle, Stephen Ward, maybe Matt Doherty, all former Wolves players. And we're going to continue to scout these 4 guys. And from Mexico, we're looking for the next Raul Jimenez. And these 4 guys look okay. I am actually going to give Adan Uribe a chance. We're going to get him in the academy. Let's promote him. So Uribe looking not too bad, 63 overall, 16 years old, 74 to 94 potential. Says he could play on the wing or a striker. Obviously, we are looking for that Jimenez replacement, but his stats are kind of suggesting maybe he will be better out on the wing. Plenty of room to grow though. Okay, so here's how we're going to be lining up for today's first game of the episode, and it's pretty simple. We're unchanged from the last game against Nottingham Forest. Just 3 players are in this starting 11 that were in the team last season. Totti, the captain, Andre and Tolu. Plenty of change. There's also a place on the bench for Mate, our lone striker from Rennes. As for our visitors, they are going to be rocking a 5 at the back, 5-2-3 formation. Dean Henderson in between the sticks. Kiana Hoover, obviously we sold to them. Lacroix, Gahey still at the team in the save. Richard Sosa the back 5. Kamada, Hughes, Essa and Yilmaz, an in-game signing, flanking Jean-Philippe Mateta. Look, we said we wanted to improve our home form this season. We had the worst home record of any team in the league last year. We started off pretty well against Man United, a 2-2 draw, coming from behind twice. Palace, as we mentioned, just 1 point from their first 3 games. This is a great opportunity for us to pick up our first league victory of the season. Up the Wolves. Jota to Tolu. Wolves looking for a fast start here. And Tolu's found Jota in behind. Here is Jota. It's the winger. It's the perfect start for Wolves. His first goal for Wolves, and look what it means to him. He's had a couple of chances in these opening few games, yet to find the back of the net. But what a start that is. Found by Tolu Arukade, who continues his form of getting a goal or assist in every game this season. He finds Jota and the number 7. Oh, look at that finish. Round Dean Henderson. And it is the perfect start. Molineux on their feet. Wolves lead 1-0. It's a good spell of possession from the visitors here, who are just shell-shocked after that early goal. But here they come looking for the equaliser. And it's wide from Kamada. He scored against us in the reverse fixture last season. Inches away from putting his side level there. And Florentino finds Fatawu inside to Carvalho. Carvalho's going to look for the return. He might be offside here, Fatawu. I think he's onside. And it should be 2-0. Turns, finds Kamada. Back to Hughes. Bit of space on the edge of the box here. It's a great pass. And it's 1-0. And I think that's Kiana Hoover, the former Wolves right back. And he doesn't hold back in celebrating against his former club. He's found well, and it's a solid finish. Well, our lead didn't last long. It was the first time this season we've actually had a lead in the league. But Palace bring it back a bit. Here's Florentino. Stinks the palms of Dean Henderson. Plenty of space here for the visitors. Crystal Palace looking for the right pass. It's Yilmaz. What a save, James Trafford. But there is too much space in our defence right now. Florentino finds Carvalho, who's got Jota on the overlap. Finds Jota for his second of the game. Jota has arrived in Wolves. On the stroke of half-time, he restores our lead. Grabs his second goal of the game. Fabio Carvalho with the assist. It was I wouldn't say a swift counter-attack from the Palace corner, but it was effective. We found the space. And Jota, I mean, I'm sure it would have been a penalty if it hadn't gone in. Late slide tackle came in, but that's a cultured finish from the winger. That's exactly what we brought him in for. And we lead once more. And there is the half-time whistle. Wolves 2, Crystal Palace 1. Jota on a hat-trick now. Finds Andre. Bit of space for the midfielder here, and he's going to strike. Forces good save from Dean Henderson. Nuno Tavares, the left-back. Swings in across. Tolu Arukade. What a save that is, Dean Henderson. And now can we break Tolu? Carvalho back to Tolu. He's got Jota on his left. Here is Jota. Finds Tolu again for 3-1. Come on. Wolves have a 2-goal lead, and Tolu has his 3rd goal in 4 league games. Jota could have been selfish. He could have gone for the hat-trick, but he opted to find Tolu, who was the better option. It really feels like this is the game where Jota has arrived. Look, obviously Wolves used to have a man by the name of Jota playing down the wing. Diogo Jota, may he rest in peace. Obviously, in respect to the passing of Diogo Jota, which is such a tragedy, we have actually retired Jota's number 18, that he wore at Wolves when he was here. So throughout this entire save, no one will wear the number 18. Just as like a little sign of respect. May he and his brother rest in peace. Sosa on the overlap. Cross comes in. It's a good clearance. Danger isn't gone yet though. It's a great turn. Palace hit the post. Mateta, one final chance for Wolves here. You feel Palace have got one back. It's going to be too little too late. I think that's Sosa. So both their fullbacks have scored today, actually, Palace. The referee does blow for full time. And despite the late scare, Wolves collect their first Premier League victory of the season. Look, we wanted a better home form this season. We needed to make Molineux a fortress if we wanted to progress up into the league and get into those European spots, which is what we want to do. I'm not saying that's going to happen in this season, but we need to see progress. And so far, we only collected 8 home points in the entirety of last season. We've already collected 4 in our first 2 games. So that victory sees us move into the top half of the table. Only 4 games in, guys. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But it's good to see Wolves up in these positions and not around the relegation zone. Okay, our attention turns to cup action with the Carabao Cup 3rd round fixture with QPR, our next game of the episode. Now, QPR beat Southampton, Premier League now, Southampton, in the last round, and in the Championship they are struggling a little bit. 5 games in, 1 game, 2 draws, 2 defeats. Look, this isn't going to be an easy tie, but this is a great opportunity for us to just sneak into those later rounds of a cup competition. And you know we love a cup run. We made the FA Cup semi-finals last year. So let's see if we can book our place in the 4th round of the EFL Cup. Okay, so here's how we'll be lining up for today's second game of the episode. QPR at home in the EFL Cup. Just 1 player is in the lineup that started the win against Crystal Palace. That's Florentino, our DM. Andrew is back in between the sticks as he was for the last cup game against Burton. Mate is in for his debut, and we got Tommy Doyle in cam. As for the R's, well, they're playing a pretty much full 11. Jake Clark-Salter, the captain. Chair and Poku, the dangers out on the wings. Okay, let's see if we can book our place in the 4th round of the EFL Cup. Up the Wolves. Good ball in behind for Dunn here. He's broken the offside trap. He pulls a great pass back. QPR looking to get an early goal here. And it is 1-0 QPR. 5 minutes on the clock. Too easy for them as they just walk into the box. And it's a great finish across Andrew. Right, just as we did to Crystal Palace here just a few days ago. Bit of a shell shock early goal. But here's a chance now for Tommy Doyle playing in that advanced position. And that's a great finish. The exact response we needed and wanted. Tommy Doyle on loan at Birmingham last season, given his chance in my Wolves team this season. A bench player, but the cup games will give him a chance to potentially earn a spot in that starting 11. And if he's doing stuff like that, well, he's going to be knocking at the door. Wolves 1, QPR 1. And here's Chair. Plenty of space down this left-hand side. Chair drives into the box. What can he do? Can he find the right pass? He does. And QPR restore their lead. With Madsen. Not Megan Bueno as well. Could not miss. Munetzi. So many times the hero last season. Munetzi just wide. Good through ball here for Seller. Looking for a second of the game. It's Seller. It's 3-1 QPR. Quite concerning how much space the visitors are finding in behind our defence. It's a clinical finish. Maybe making 10 changes was a bit overkill, but look, the EFL Cup isn't my focus. The Premier League is my focus, and we've got West Ham in 3 days' time. It's Ziyech. What a save that is by the keeper. And that is going to surely take us to half-time. It is. QPR come out the blocks flying, and they lead 3-1. Are QPR just going to sit back now and try and hold this lead, or are they going to try and add to it? They have exposed vulnerabilities in our defence. There's no doubt about it, but here's Marshall Munetzi. Wide. Hakim Ziyech driving inside. Here is the Moroccan Ziyech. What a save! And now, can we get something going? It's Mate. Ball over the top to Tommy Doyle. Can he get there? He does. It's Tommy Doyle for a second of the game. Oh my god, he's blazed it over. Can QPR find a killer blow here? Should have been 4, really. Couple more substitutions for Wolves. Jota and Carvalho on. Munetzi and Ziyech off. Here's Jota. Finds Mate. Oh, that's such a poor ball. But the attack isn't over. Mate again. Mate once more. Abdul. Put it in. There's a chance. Fabio Carvalho, 88th minute. 2-3. Jota down the left-hand side. He was the hero against Crystal Palace. Finds Carvalho. That's going to be full time. Well, after the high of beating Crystal Palace here just a few days ago, we are brought back down to earth and shown that this team isn't the complete project yet. It's not the end of the world going out of this competition. It means we can focus on the league until the FA Cup comes around. But losing to championship opposition is never a good sign. QPR will fully deserve that victory though. They were fantastic, clinical in that first half and just shut up shot in the second half. And they'd win this one 3-2. We are quite lucky that the EFL Cup doesn't really count in any of the objectives, which in and itself is a bit annoying. Like, that should count surely along with the FA Cup. Have both of them in together, but for some reason FC just don't like the EFL Cup being counted as an objective. So thankfully for us, that's a good thing now, because it doesn't affect our objectives at all. Florentino not happy about coming off, but look lads, we just had to rotate the squad. I need you fully fit for West Ham. Tommy Doyle wanted to start the West Ham game. Look, he scored a good goal. He actually was pretty influential in that game. Just don't think he's going to break into that midfield three just yet. And speaking of the West Ham game, that is our third game of today's episode. As you can see, the Hammers struggling right now in the Premier League. 2 draws, 2 defeats from their opening 4 games, just above the relegation zone. Leeds and Leicester, the only teams to go 4 for 4 in terms of defeats. As for us, though, they went 9th in the top half. Victory against Crystal Palace in the last game. We're looking to make it back-to-back Premier League victories. I think we must have only done that once last season. So we're at the London Stadium for the third game of today's episode, facing a West Ham side that are winless in the Premier League. They go with a 5-2-1-2 formation. Areola, Sanchez, Todibo, Kilman, Mavropanos, Diouf the back 5, Paquetá and Dipola, Fernandez, Bowen and Fulkrug the front 3. I think that Dipola is a youth academy graduate. Interesting. Trusting the youth, I respect it. As for Wolves, we are unchanged from the side that beat Crystal Palace. 10 changes from the team that lost to QPR midweek. Obviously, that was a shame to lose that game, but our focus is on the league, and we're looking for back-to-back league wins. We lost this fixture last season, and in real life, West Ham just battered Wolves 4-0 to move themselves out of the relegation zone. Let's hope that that result doesn't repeat here. We did get battered by West Ham in this fixture last season. Let's see if we can turn the tides. Up the Wolves. Here come West Ham. Dipola, that youngster, and he's found Diouf. Early chance for the hosts. Jared Bowen finds Sanchez on the overlap. It's Sanchez. Back to Paquetá, space in the middle. Jared Bowen, what a block that is. Emmanuel Agbadou, I think, has scored for Chelsea. Under pressure, the centre-back. But he's given them the lead at Villa Park. Go on, Emmanuel. Ball inside to Fulkrug. Gets a shot away, saved by Trafford. And that's going to take us to the half. Well, West Ham, despite not winning a game in these first 4 games, look the more dangerous. We've struggled to contain their attack and prowess, but the score remains 0-0. Here's Abdul Fatwu now on the left-hand side for this half. Plays a nice 1-2 with Tolu Rukadere. The space is opened up for Fatwu. He's going to square it. Rukadere! We made the tactical change at half-time to swap Fatwu and Jota. Swap their wings. I felt like they weren't having much influence at all. Just call me Jose Mourinho. Fatwu instantly impacting the game. Plays a nice couple of 1-2s with Tolu Rukadere. And Tolu has 4 in 5 games, a goal and an assist in every appearance so far this season for the big man. And against the run of play, yes, but we lead. Sanchez is fine though. Down the right hand side. It's Fulkrug. He's got so much space. He's blazed it over. Really not sure what else I can do tactically. I think it is just the game that, like, there's just so much space in my defence. Even though I have the players that drop back, I have them at deep. There's just still so much space every time the opposition go forward. And here's Fulkrug. Nice turn. Gets to the byline, cross to the back stick. Great header away that is. Florentino. It's Andre. It's going to strike. Oh! Went onto the bar as West Ham make a substitution. Mauro Icardi, a great in-game save. He scored against us last season in this fixture. Fatwu to Jota once more on the short corners. Outside the boot from Jota. It's saved. And it's cleared off the line. Diouf on the overlap. Cross comes in. Headed away by Nuno Tavares. Only to the edge of the box though. It's Paquetá. It's Paquetá once more. It's Fernandez. It's 1-1. I think that's an instant impact from Mauro Icardi. West Ham just playing it around our box. When you're playing against Ultimate, they're just going to ping it round like prime Barcelona, aren't they? James Trafford couldn't get there and West Ham are level. Here's Icardi once more. Finds Jared Bowen in the box. Great save, James Trafford. Bowen's going to get to the rebound, though. Drives to the byline. Icardi puts wide. Final 5 minutes here. West Ham have got men over. There is the pass. Is he onside? One of them is. And they're going to win it. I just don't understand. Like, what more can I do? If the game isn't going to track the runners for me, I can't control all 11 players. And just time and time again, every time West Ham go forward, they've got like 4 options to square the ball. And my defence and my midfield are just walking back. It's such an issue with the game. But look, nothing away from West Ham. They probably deserve to win this one. Tapula, the academy graduate, gives them the lead as Walker Peters is on for Diouf. And West Ham look like they're going to get their first victory of the season. Unless we can find something here in these final few moments. It's Florentino! That was the chance. Here come West Ham now. It's a great pass and they have a third. Cross comes in. Wolves just begging for the full-time whistle and there it is. All the credit to West Ham. They deserve this victory. It's their first points of the season. It's actually going to take them level on points with us now. We'll have similar records. Identical records even. So that defeat sees us fall to 13th. Now West Ham move above us with that victory. 5 points from the opening 5 games. It's not the worst record, but with Liverpool next up, it's not going to get much easier. So Harvey Griffiths, one of the youngsters in the club, his contract was running out at the end of the season, and he actually submitted a transfer request as well. So we agree a fee with Middlesbrough. He's going to be heading there in January. In the EFL Cup, we obviously like to see who we would have got had we gone through. Half the games were last week, half the games are this week. So we'll just have a quick look through the third round. Chelsea, Man City, 4-3. What a game that is. Arsenal knocked out on penalties by Blackburn Rovers. Wow. And Man United beat Tottenham 3-1 in another clash of the Titans. So in the fourth round, Man City play Man United. That is a huge game. I'll tell you what, there's not going to be many big teams left in this competition. And we would have faced Aston Villa away, so I imagine our journey probably would have ended there. Okay, so our fourth and final game in today's episode will see us host Liverpool at Molineux. The Reds, 3 wins, 2 defeats though in the league already. Lost to Manchester City and Ipswich. That was a bit of a surprise. The Tractor Boys getting a big victory on the return to the top flight. As for us, 5 points from 5 games, disappointing defeat to West Ham, but we're looking to add to our 4 points from our 2 home games so far this season. So we are back at Molineux for the final game of today's episode, hosting Liverpool, a side who we have history with in this save. They thumped us here in this fixture last season, as did most teams to be honest. But they also knocked us out of the FA Cup semi-finals at Wembley. Mo Salah having an absolute field day against us. Is he in the lineup today? Well, Liverpool is lining up the 4-2-3-1 formation. Alisson in between the sticks. Frimpong, Van Dijk, Sven Botman signed from Newcastle, and Tsimikas at left back. McAllister and Bajcetic holding. Salah, Wirtz, Gakpo and Alexander Isak. Isak, just like Tolu, has 4 goals in his opening 5 Premier League games. Can we continue our unbeaten home records? Let's find out. Up the Wolves. Early chance for the Reds here. Frimpong to the back stick. Isak, 1-0. As simple as that. Okay, not the start we were hoping for, I'll be honest. Liverpool, just one of those teams that just, they suffocate you with their attack. No matter what team I've played with doing a realistic career mode, it always seems to be Liverpool that are the ones that just batter us. Just something about their attack, they're just relentless. And it looks like today could be a similar outcome, although Tolo found Carvalho with a bit of space here. Can he find the return ball? It's Tolo Ricardere. It's Tolo. It's 1-1. Thunderous strike from the striker. And he says, anything you do, Isak, I can do better. Both strikers on 5 goals after 6 games. The 2 top scorers in the league. Hammers it past Alisson. And we're level here. Here come the Reds. Bursting forward. It's Isak. It's a good save, James Trafford. He was beat for that early goal, Camuso. But since then, he's done pretty well. As Dalot comes marauding forward, the former Man United man finds Jota for the lead. It's 3-3 for the midfielder. What a run by Diogo Dalot, by the way. Driving inside from right back. Finds Jota, who smashes it past Alisson. And we lead against Liverpool. Space open up here for Salah. Just as we've taken the lead. He equalises. It did not last long. Mo Salah loves a goal against us. I think he scored a brace in this fixture last season, scored in the cup semi-final as well. And he's done it again. Tolu finds Florentino. Here is the midfielder. Denied once, denied twice. But we're going to go into the break tied at 2 apiece. Here come Liverpool. Florian inverts. Ball up top. It's Isak. What a block. Do you see what I mean, guys? Do you see what I mean? It's an unbelievable block, and the deflection just goes straight to their player. Or their player is just more switched on than my AI player that I can't control. I can't control everyone. But just give me a break here, man. Here come the Reds once more. Looking dangerous, as they do every time they go forward. It's 4-2. Isak with a brace. And 10 minutes into the second half, Liverpool have a 2-goal advantage. Isak 6th in 6. Liverpool looking for a 5th here. They've got the space, and they've found it. 3 goals in 20 second half minutes. Tsimikas with the assist. It's the young lad again with his brace. Liverpool have 5. And there is the full-time whistle. Well, we held our own in the first half. It was tied 2 apiece at the break, but Liverpool's quality just shone. And in the second half, they blow us away. 3 goals in 20 minutes to start the second half. See them claim their 4th victory of the season. And for us, it's back-to-back defeats. It's our first defeat at home. Look, Liverpool are going to be up there, aren't they? Realistically, these aren't the sides we should be competing against or getting points against. I wish we could have got points against them. I really do. But their quality shone. And goals from Arukadere and Jota weren't enough today. So it remains just 1 league victory in 6 for us. So at the end of match day 6, Manchester City remain the team on top, 5 wins and 1 draw. They are unbeaten, just like Chelsea and Man United are. Newcastle, Chelsea and Man United complete the top 4. Liverpool's victory against us take them up to 6th. Down the bottom, Leicester, their form is replicating their form in real life right now. 6 defeats in their opening 6 league games. Leeds only 1 point better. Brentford complete the bottom 3 with 3 draws and 3 defeats. As for us, we're up in 14th. The episode started great. A victory against Crystal Palace, our first victory of the season. 4 points from our opening 2 home games. But it just went downhill from there, didn't it? Exit in the Carabao Cup to Championship opposition. And then back-to-back league defeats to West Ham and to Liverpool see us in 14th, tied with a bunch of teams on 5 points. It's still early days. Just 1 defeat in our opening 6 games. But I still feel positive. I still feel like the team is developing, the team is really growing, and especially today it felt like Jota really announced that he's a Wolves player, you know. So hopefully we can kick on next episode. As you can see there, we got Manchester City in the first game of next episode, so it doesn't get any easier. But that is going to be it for today, guys. Drop a like on the video if you're enjoying the series. Comment down below if you're happy with the team, if you think it looks good, if you think we should maybe change up anything. Maybe Tommy Doyle deserves to be starting, who knows. And obviously subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Road to 1,000 subs. I'm going to keep banging that drum until we hit it. But until next time, see you later.